This walk is between Roseville and Macquarie Park railway stations on the northern suburbs of Sydney. It takes us down the streets, along Lane Cove National Park, and up along Ryde Road, back to the railway station. We have a damp morning when we arrive at Roseville, and we head out onto the Pacific Highway, where we cross, then after a few meters head down a little alleyway, and we follow this little pathway down the hill for quite some time. It eventually arrives at a little gully with a walkway bridge across it. This leads us on to Shirley Road, and from there we walk along about a kilometre, then on to Longford, and on the left we'll see another little pathway heading down between the houses. We follow this down across another road till it comes to the end of the trek, and a little walking track goes off on the left hand side. This trek leads us into Lane Cove National Park. We follow this trek till it comes into a little clearing where we walk underneath what is a sewage pipe. This leads us into Father's Park. We cross that and walk up the seal section, and here we'll turn left down to the lights, then we'll turn right over the bridge, then immediately after the bridge we'll turn right to keep the river on our right as we walk through the Kunderi picnic area. Little sign there talking about the two tunnels that were built a few years ago when the new railway went in. Macquarie Park railway station's only been there for about 3 years. We continue along the trek looking for our favourite signs, the Great North Walk. This soon brings us to the weir. This weir was built in the 1930s, but they didn't include a fish ladder, so over the years the fish stocks depleted, and a number of years ago they put in a fish ladder to correct this problem. It's been very wet in Sydney for the last few weeks. There's a lot of water going down, very murky. Once we cross the weir, we follow along the road past the National Park's offices, and we follow up round to the left till eventually we find another track going off, which is still part of the Great North Walk. We follow this up the maintenance track up to the top of the hill with a little signpost, and we will follow the Blue Hole and Fiddens Wharf along this track, which is very damp, wet and muddy. And after a short distance we turn off to the left onto a very nice little bush walking track. This track leads on to a sealed road where we turn left and walk for about 30-40 meters down the sealed road, then we'll turn right back up the hill. This was a very pleasant little track to walk along. and eventually leads down onto another maintenance track, which is part of the Heritage Walk in the National Park. Along this section there are lots of nice little information signs. Soon we have to walk down the steps, then over a short bridge where it's good to see the National Park's staff have been keeping all the vegetation at bay. When we come to the intersection with Fiddens Wharf turnoff, we keep following the Blue Hole track. This walk follows its way along the river for some time. We soon come to a little bridge over the tributary into the Lane Cove River. Nice little waterfall. Keep your eyes open. Here is a fish. I guess it's probably a European carp. It's over half a metre long. Huge fish. So when you're walking along, keep your eyes open. The path follows along some rock walls, and eventually at the end of it, it does a U-turn and zigzags its way up to the next level. Soon we come to a couple of rock overhangs. I rested here and waited for the rain to stop. Carrying on, we pass a big boulder called a block and soon go underneath another very large rock overhang. Another good place to rest and have something to eat. This trek leads up onto a maintenance track. We've always been doing a lot of work on a water pipe. We'll keep following the Blue Hole. Looks like they put a new bridge in, or at least renovated it dramatically with the usual damage they have to do. We will turn off to the left and follow the Great North Walk down to where it crosses Blackbutt Creek and follow back up along the slippery rocks back up onto the track on the other side. We come to the intersection with some steps. If we go down to the bottom, we come to the Blue Hole. Unfortunately, it's not very blue as it's overcast. The water is very muddy from all the rain, and the water is high, so there's no beach. When we climb back up, we go up along the steps and soon come to where we have to turn off from the Great North Walk. We go up the steps to go up onto the Burghs Bridge on Ryde Road. From here, it's only 1.5 kilometres up to the railway station. As you cross the bridge, get a nice view back down to the river.